Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, guys. Once again, welcome to the Friday night huddle, guys. You know we do this every week, time after time, week after week. It's Father's Day, Sunday. Once again, happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there, and especially all of those that's in your children's lives, and you are being a father to your children. I salute each and every one of you all for the work that you're doing. A lot of times I think that people don't realize how important dads are. And, to see a lot of us men with our children and day after day trying to make things happen in our business world and spending time with our children, those are the things that's important. And that's why, we're going to be talking about this time management today, because that's one of the things that we want to, allocate our time to is our children. So, yeah, so happy Father's Day to you. Hey, Dave, I see you. Hey, Andre, I see you. Happy Father's Day to you all. Happy Father's Day to you. So yeah, so this time management, that that we are going to be discussing today is essential. Can you guys see my screen?
We're seeing ourselves.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, all right. So you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, we can see it now.
Okay. So the essentials of time, I think it was befitting, especially being Father's Day and being a day like this, because, time is our most valuable asset. It's our most valuable commodity. Okay. Time is the only thing that you're granted and given and able to spend, but not get back. Okay. So once you spend your time, you can't get that time back. So ironically, all of us have the same amount of hours in the day. If you're alive and you're breathing and you make it from today to tonight to the next day, we were all allotted 24 hours. Okay, so we was all allotted and given that same amount of time. The question is that what do you do with your time? Okay, what do you do with your time? Right? Okay, so what do you do with your time? Because time, Theocritus, the writer, says that time is the most valuable thing that a man can spend. Once again, it is the most valuable thing that a man can spend. Carl Sandburg writes that time is the coin of your life. Time is the coin of your life, okay? It's the only coin that you have. And only you can determine how it's going to be spent. Right? William Penn says that time is what we want most, but what we use the worst. Man, isn't that a true statement?
Yep.
We want more time, but when the time that we get, we mishandle the time. And so even in the business world, it's important to understand how important it is that you utilize your time properly. Why is that? Because where you place your time at is where you're going to get your results. Where you place your time at and where you spend that time, remember, it's a coin. It's spendable, right? And when you spend your coin of time, you're expecting something in return. You're expecting something in return, right? So can you buy your time back? You can actually buy time back. You know how do you buy time back? By not allocating your time to areas in your life that's stealing you from the most valuable things or the most precious thing that you want to spend this time with. That's things like your children, your husband, your family, doing trips, right? Doing the things that you love, doing your humanitarian work. Things like that, things that you enjoy doing. But guess what? When you have, and nothing against jobs or anything like that, but when you're employed, you give your time to that employee and they own your time for that specific, specified period of time that they're paying you. They own that time and they get to do with your time what they want to do with your time, right? And so when you're trying to purchase or buy your time back, that means that you have to free up more time. So it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. That means you need to have more money and need to make more money and have more money coming in on a residual basis where you can keep spending your time wisely in areas that you rather spend your time. So time is the coin of your life. It's the only thing that you have that you can determine how it's going to be spent. Okay. So when, this is why people that know me know that, I'm a real stickler about how I utilize my time. I understand two things. I understand the importance of time, and I also understand what my time is worth from a monetary standpoint. That's another thing that most of us don't, even from a time standpoint of what we're discussing now, but there's another flip to this. Do you understand what your time is worth from a monetary standpoint? I think that when you put a dollar amount on what your time is worth and understanding that then sometimes, you won't allow people to waste your time as much. Okay. When you understand what your time is worth, when you say that I'm going to put my time into my family and this is what I love doing, or I love doing, philanthropy work or whatever it is that you like to do, then you want to put your time in there and you need to be able to free yourself up so you can enjoy those things that you want. So, but the only way that you're going to do that is by managing your time properly. So if you got 24 hours in the day, how do you spend those hours? How do you spend that time? What are you doing with that time? Because you should be looking for results, especially even in this industry. How do you get your results? You know why I know that a lot of us are not spending their time properly, especially because some of you are not getting the results that you desire. So some area, you're not spending the right time in the right area, okay? So this is why I always applaud you all that show up on these trainings every week, time after time after time, because the knowledge is in the training. The knowledge, the money, and the finances is in the training. It's in the knowledge, right? It's in the knowing. So the more that you keep showing up and keep getting this information and keep learning and applying, because it's one thing about learning what you're getting, but if you don't apply it, then it becomes null and void. So application, so inspiration, motivation, and navigation is what we always talk about. But then on your part is now application, right? So inspiration, it's our goal, right? Motivation, right? And then navigation, the how do you do, right? But then on your part now it's all about application. So even learning things about this time management and valuing your time, because some of you all are spending your time on the phone with the wrong people. You're spending your time in a circle with the wrong people. You're spending your time on social media all day, maybe scrolling, doing things. And each moment that goes by, right? I don't even sit on the phone with people. People that know me tell you, that when you call me, I might not even answer, because if I'm in my mental zone in a certain frequency, I don't let that be disturbed, right? Because I want to make sure that the time that I'm allocating toward my business and my work is uninterrupted. And sometimes people will call you and not have anything to say, right? So when you're on the phone with people or you're around people, somebody might come to your house, not have anything to say, but they want to hang out or they want to just talk or whatever it is, right? And this is on a regular basis. You have to dissect these things and know, am I allowing my time to be spent wisely here? So this is some of the things that we got to do as people, business people, individuals, what have you. Okay, I think that this is a really important subject for us to really take in, because we're wasting too much of it. You're wasting too much time. So you have the desire to be successful. You have the desire to live certain lifestyles. Guess what? You can do anything that you want to do if you put the time into it. You can have whatever you want to have if you put the time into it. Listen, Les Brown said you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. Okay? You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to be great. You have to get started to be great. So a lot of times people are sitting on the sideline, doing what? Wasting time. Wasting time. So when you're wasting time, I want you to think about this. It's something that you only know, right? Because you know what your day is like. Each hour to go by, I want you to analyze that hour at the end of the hour and say, what did I do? But it's out. Did I watch TV? Right? Did I spend time on the phone? And if I did spend time on the phone, who was I speaking with? Was it someone that's just giving me the latest juice? Right? Or was it someone that was pouring into me? Or is it a business transaction that's going to make me some dollars? What did I spend that hour? And when you start self-analyzing, then, this is when you get better, right? So listen, you don't have to keep sitting on the sidelines and watching people make money. You don't have to keep being on the sideline and watching people succeed. You don't have to be great to get started, but you definitely have to get started to be great. You got to get started. You got to get going. You got to start taking all this information that you're getting from us. All the things that you're learning, you have to take this information and you have to go forward and start executing, right? And spending that time wisely. Because if you don't, time is going to go by and you're going to see yourself on the sideline. You're going to see yourself on the sideline, not getting to the place that you want to be. And I know that's not what you want. So when you're thinking about how do I manage my time? How do I do that? The number one thing is by prioritizing your tasks. You have to prioritize and see what's really important to you. This is something that's really important. I had to learn how to do this because I was one of those people that didn't, my wife used to tell me that you don't respect time. You don't respect time. Well, it wasn't that I didn't respect time. I didn't prioritize my task. And so because when you don't prioritize your task, things start overlapping, right? Things start getting undone. You have to set clear goals. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? I hear all the time, especially when I'm doing one-on-ones with everyone, that you're looking to making a certain amount of income, you're trying to strive, and you want to do better for your family, you want to hit certain plateaus, things of this nature. And all these things are great. But then you have to ask yourself in the background, are you prioritizing your task? That means are you not only being on training, but are you studying your craft? Are you looking at the videos, and making sure and reinforcing your knowledge about this industry? Are you promoting in the different groups, right? Are you taking these videos and circulating? How much time out of the day are you putting towards your business? And I'm not just talking about Facebook posts. Next week, we got our marketing manager, Alec, who's going to be coming on Albert, who's going to be coming on and teaching us about social media management, right? Marketing. But you have to have time management when it comes to that, because there's certain times you want to post certain things in certain times you want to be consistent with that. But you want to prioritize your task. What's important to you? Set clear goals. And when you set your goals, it comes with a roadmap, right? It comes with a roadmap on how to get to those goals. When you set clear goals, you have to put the roadmap on how to get there. And that's what we're trying to help you to do. With these trainings, that's exactly what we're trying to help you to do. Avoid all this multitasking and focus in on what you need to do. Listen, this is for me. This training right here is for me. It's not just for you. It's for me too, right? Because we multitask, we try to do so many things, and sometimes what happens is when you're doing that, you're messing with, you're taking away from something else that's important. Okay, because you're trying to juggle too much. Life has already given us what life has given us. The last thing you want to do is try to juggle a bunch of things. You want to be able to prioritize your tasks so you can be able to hit your set goals. Okay, not only you want to avoid all the multitasking, but you want to utilize the tools and the technology. Create a to-do list. This is why we're doing things in the CRM and creating CRMs and create different systems in place. Things that's going to help you to stay focused and stay organized and structured. This is important. It's important that you all utilize these things, because it's going to help you to stay on top of your deals, right? So that's important. So E.T., you guys know E.T., Eric Thomas says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, listen to this. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. How bad do you want to breathe? How bad do you want to breathe? This is when you will become successful, when you want to when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Okay? So every day should be a desire for you to hump. Every day should be a desire for you to be successful. Every day you should be thinking about what am I going to do today to be successful? How am I going to improve my chances of success today? Where am I spending my time at today? Because where you spend your time, I promise you, this is where you're going to see your results. And that's to be good or bad. If you're spending your time in the bad areas or bad areas of life, okay, you're going to get bad results. But when you start getting hungry enough, and you said that you want to be successful and you want to hit certain plateaus in life, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Every day you should be grinding. Every day you should be hungry. Every day you should be like a lion. Every day. You should be the first to get up and ready to go attack every day. Your energy should be at an all-time high. I don't care what's going on in your life, your energy should be at an all-time high in order for you to be successful. And that's where you know that you're going to be successful. And successful is when you can't live or you can't think without being successful. You can't breathe without being successful. You can't do any of these things without thinking about success. I want to be successful. I want to be a successful father. I want to be a successful husband. I want to be a successful businessman. I want to be a successful a human being. What areas in life do you want to be successful in?
Hi, my name is Kevin Fuller, and I work with William.
You got to overcome the procrastination, right? Because that's the cancer. Procrastination. And when you think about it, think about what's held you back. Think about what's held you back over the years, right? Procrastination. Think about all the ideas that you've had, all the things that you wanted to do. Procrastination. You still have the desire. You still say, I should have, I want to do this, or I'm about to, right? Procrastination is cancerous to your dreams. Procrastination will stop and will paralyze your dream. The more that you procrastinate, the more that you're allowing time to go past. And remember, you can't get that time back. You can't get that time back. Look at some of us on this call. We got gray beards and gray hair now, right? Y'all see my face. But I remember when I had no hair. Then I remember when I had all black hair. Now I have gray hair. That means that time is just going by, with or without my permission. With or without my permission. So you have to learn how to overcome procrastination. You have to learn how to overcome procrastination, right? So the way that you do that, you got to beat it this way. And I want to talk about that because you got to identify your triggers. You got to identify your triggers when it comes to procrastinating, right? What causes you to procrastinate? And be honest with yourself. Is it a person? Is it somebody else? It's always going to be you, but what are your triggers that's causing you, an individual, to procrastinate in these areas in your life? What's causing you not to jump out on faith and to go forward? What's stopping you? Fear? What? Money? What is it? What's stopping you? You have to identify what's your triggers. Did you know that some people are scared of, there's a study, there's a report that shows that people, I forget what the percentage is, but there's a certain percentage of people that's addicted to poverty. Whoa, addicted to poverty? People become addicted to being poor. You know how you know? As soon as they get money, they'll get rid of it. They're comfortable. They're comfortable in the place that they're in, right? A lot of times people become comfortable because they're used to it, and they get fearful and scared of being successful, right? They get nervous of that. You know, being successful and having some successes in life come with some challenges, right? You know, it's not all what it's cracked up to be, right? So, you know, so when people say it, they say, well, I want to be successful. I want to do this. I want to do these things. But they don't know exactly what comes along with that, because guess what? There's a whole lot that comes along with becoming successful and having some levels of success. And then there's another thing of trying to remain successful, right? So you have to identify your triggers. You have to identify what causes you to become stagnated. What causes you to procrastinate? What are your triggers? Do you have any ailments or any addictions, anything like that? What's causing you to procrastinate? Are you in bad relationships? Are you in a circle, in a company of people that's that don't have any energy or have any foresight? Right? Because those are triggers too. That's why it's important to know who you're speaking with on a daily basis, who you talk to the most, where you're spending your time, because when you identify those triggers, what you're going to find is you're simply spending your time in the wrong area. And sometimes you'll find you're spending your time with the wrong people. You're getting the wrong energy. Right? That's why I don't stay on the phone. Okay? I don't stay on the phone long with people. I don't. I can't. I'm on the phone for a second, then I have to go. Well, that's because guess what? I'm cognizant of my time, and I don't let people waste my time. Okay? And so you have to identify your triggers, make sure that you're not around anybody that's wasting your time. Because guess what? You guys are here for a reason. You said that you want to get into commercial lending industry and you want to become successful through this vehicle, okay? And you want to have some success, right? So all these tools that we give you, you have to now apply these things. Break these tasks that you got into smaller steps. I had a guy that asked me a long time ago, he said, Mo, do you know how to eat an elephant? I said, no, I've never ate an elephant. He said, the way that you eat an elephant, Mo, is little pieces at a time. Little pieces at a time. You got to break these things up into smaller steps. So we got big tasks in front of us. We got big things in front of us, right? You all have your individual goals. You have your individual lives. You have all of these goals in front of you, but you got this big wall that says, man, how am I going to get past this thing here in life? That big wall could be anything. It could be a wall of sickness. It could be a wall of distress. It could be a wall of bad relationship. You could be going through those things. And these things become a wall in front of you, but you have to knock that thing down, right? And take it into and take it into smaller steps. Crush it and chew it up in smaller steps. Okay. Don't let it cause procrastination. Don't let it be your reason for not breaking through and moving forward. So that's how you eat an elephant. Okay, you gotta take little bites at a time and deal with that, right? But don't allow it to stop you and to stagnate you. That's one of the things, okay? And then guess what? It's okay to reward yourselves. Start getting into the habit. Start normalizing rewarding yourself. Start normalizing that. Once you're practicing these things and you're starting to see your results, start normalizing rewarding yourself. Take yourself on a little trip. Spend the time with yourself, right? Or your family. But reward yourself. Whatever it is that make you happy, reward yourself. Make that a normal thing. You know, my wife used to tell me all the time that I didn't do things for myself. I did things for other people, but I never did things for myself. And it was, you know, and I needed to start doing some things that made me happy, right? So reward yourself. And what makes me happy is spending time with my family. That's what makes me happy. All right. So I reward myself by spending time with my family. Doing those things that I deem being important. So identify your triggers. You know, identify it. Break those tasks into smaller steps, whether it be for business, whether it be for personal. See, this conversation is twofold, business and personal, right? This is twofold. You can apply this in your business life, you can apply this in your personal life, but you got to be like a lion every morning, every day. And you have to have a balance. You got to have a work-life balance. You know, some of you all have different jobs and different careers, okay? Some of you all have different jobs and different careers that you come home with. Some of us, you know, come home with our jobs. But you got to set boundaries. Listen, you're the CEO or the vice president, or you're the sergeant, or you're the head nurse, or you're the head doctor at your job. But when you get home, you should be dad, you should be mom, you should be wife, you should be husband. Set boundaries. Leave your work at work. Leave your work at work. Okay? Schedule some downtime. You guys know I just went on vacation and took a 6-day or 7-day week off. I took no cell phone. Guys, I'll tell you, I read books. I swam. Right? I had chocolate martinis. Right? So I enjoyed my relax. I did no work. You guys wouldn't even let me in on a call, remember? So I did no work. So you guys got to schedule downtime. It's important. The reason why you have to schedule downtime is because you have to reset. You have to reset. Listen, life has given us all types of limits, right? Life gives us a bunch of limits sometimes. We go through a bunch of different struggles and things in life that we got to try to dissect and reset from. So trying to have a work-life balance, things from work, things financially, things in your life, you got to schedule some downtime. It's important. I mean, this thing in time, you cannot get your time back. You cannot get these minutes back. You cannot get these hours back. Are you practicing self-care? Are you exercising? Are you getting massages? Right? Are you doing any of these things? Are you playing your favorite sports? Are you going out listening to music, spending time around the ocean, thinking, things of that nature, right? You have to practice self-care. That's so important because you're keeping your mental strength and your mental capacity in order. But how do you not do these things? You don't do these things because your time management and your time is all the way off. You're not prioritizing, so you don't get to do these things, right? So that's why it's important that you prioritize this time. Listen, I don't know. This conversation is for a lot of you all individually, because right now, you know, your time is all the way off. It's not being managed properly. You're giving your time to a bunch of areas that's not being fruitful for you. You might be paying your bill, right? But is it draining you? Is it making you tired? Is it making you weary? Is it making you fulfilled? Do you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing? All those things you need to take into consideration. Now, so from a success standpoint and being in business, you want to be able to set these boundaries, schedule your downtime and your self-practice care, because guess what? It's hard being an entrepreneur. It's hard being in business for yourself. It's hard trying to control a check without someone giving you a check. You got to reset. Some of y'all, this is what you're doing full time. Some of you all had jobs, so you also have a different income, but some of you all don't have jobs, right? And you're doing strictly commercial lending and entrepreneurship full time. Whether you're selling real estate, whether you're doing mortgages, because everybody got different walks of life, right? Everybody has different walks of life. But even with your multiple businesses that you have, what you'll realize is that the reason why you have so many businesses is because you're trying to figure out which one is going to do the best for you. Okay, which one is going to do? But guess what? None of them starts prospering too much of anything, because you're dividing your time up. You're dividing up. You're not putting your time and dedicating your time into this specific area. So if you guys want to make money in this commercial lending industry, and you want to make money in this industry, start dedicating a lot of time to studying the products, studying the process, and studying how to get better in this industry, because you can make a whole lot of money. You can make a whole lot of money, okay? And that's for sure. But you want to make sure that you guys have the time, okay? So this is a quick just a reminder tonight, guys, of the essentials of your most valuable commodity. The essentials, which is time. Okay? This is a reminder that without understanding it, this is and without managing it, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be wasting it. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. I'm so glad to have you all on our G2 team. I'm so glad to have you all here because this is where we get to talk about this type of stuff. And we get to get better together, right? We get to get better and become better together. This is why it's important that you all show up and keep showing up. And we keep seeing the same faces over and over and over. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. And I salute you for that. I salute you for it because you're allocating your time into the right place. This is where you're going to get poured into. This is where we're going to talk about products. This is where we're going to talk about, how the process goes. This is where we're going to motivate you and inspire you, right? To keep going. But you have to take all of this stuff that you're learning and you have to now create application. You got to apply it. So inspiration, motivation, navigation, and application. Okay. So that's the essentials of time, you all. That's the essentials of time. This is your most valuable commodity. Yes, listen, take what you make a year, divided by the number of hours that you work, and see what that comes out to. Figure it out. Take the number you make a year, divided by the number of hours that you work. So whatever that number is, if that number is $100, or is it $61, if it's $200, per hour, every time someone calls you on the phone and they don't have anything fruitful to say, you just paid $61 or $100 for that. So if you work $200 an hour or whatever it is, if someone calls you and they don't have anything fruitful to add to you, you just paid $100 for that, or $200, whatever it is that you work. Okay. So this is a true statement. I should tell G, and G did it years ago. I should tell you this, right? I should say how people would call me and they would get mad at me because I get off the phone, right? Remember this, G? Long time ago.
I remember.
Hey, it was so, but at that time, there was so many people calling that we were trying to figure out how to shut my pages down, how to shut, I changed my cell phone number, didn't I?
Yep.
I had to change my cell phone number, right?
Yeah.
Because when people, watch this, Sue, when people don't understand the value of their time, they will waste yours.
Mm.
And they don't mean any harm. They don't mean any harm. They don't mean to do it. They have no ill intentions. But because they don't understand the value of time themselves, they unintentionally waste yours. Okay? So be cognizant of these things and know that, daily, what you put in your mind, okay? They call them time benders. Yeah, that's correct. What you put in your mind. So what a man thinketh, so is he. You guys know that, right? What a man thinketh, so is he, right? So what you put in your mind is what you are. What you accept in your mind is what you are. Stop saying things like I'm broke. I don't even use that term. I can't stand that word. Don't even use it. Broke is the written word of broken. So when you say things like that, you program your mind to say that I'm broke, and your body reacts to what you programmed your mind. So your body reacts to that. Your body says, okay, I've told all these millions of cells in my body that it's broke. So guess what your body does? It lays down, it gets into a funk, right? It's gonna look for something to try to soothe it, because you've convinced your mind of something that it shouldn't be convinced of. So just prioritize your time, and make sure that you're being the things that you're doing, that you're being fulfilled properly. So that's all of my training for today. You know, I just wanted to encourage you all today to watch your time, watch how you utilize it, because you know you everybody is saying that they want to hit certain plateaus, or you got to put your time into the right places, and you got to put it with the right people. Y'all talk to me, okay? Talk to me. What do you think about that?
I don't like, sorry, I'm late too, by the way. I took some medicine, passed out.
Good to see you, bro.
I don't like the people that are like, I'm gonna have a bad day today.
Yeah.
Or the one that really bothers me too is I can't catch a break.
Can't catch a break. That's right.
Yeah, you know.
You speak that.
Yeah, you speak, I'm gonna have a bad day, and guess what? That's exactly what you're gonna have.
Can't catch a break, guess what? You won't catch a break. You're absolutely right, G. You know, the power of the tongue is so important. The power of the tongue. This is why, you know, the things that come out of my mouth, I always try to make the things come out of my mouth come to pass, right? Now, I believe, you know, and I'm not getting religious on anybody, but I believe that, you know, if I'm a child of God, okay, if I'm a child of God, I believe that I have the ability to speak those things into existence.
You got a BIG, Mo.
Huh?
You got a BIG.
I got a BIG?
Yes, believe in God, sir.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I have the ability to speak those things. When God created the heavens and the earth, he said he spoke those things, and there it was. Okay? You speak. And we're going to speak these things that we want to have in life. But when we speak it, it has to come to pass. So when you speak these things out of your mouth, you want to have these levels of success, it has to come to pass. By what? By attaching faith to works. You have to attach your faith to the work, to do the work. But you just can't sit around, allow people to rob you of your time, rob you of your energy, right? Rob you of your purpose. Some of y'all are in relationships that's robbing you. You know, some of you all at jobs that's robbing you. Some of you are in situations right now that's taking all of your joy and all of your energy, and you don't know what to do. That's because you're all over the place with your time. You're not prioritizing. You have to speak these greatness, these great words. You got to speak these things. Guess what? You are rich. You are wealthy. It's a mindset, right? Before my wife would tell you, I wish she was on this call, but you know, before I started making any type of money, I used to always say, I said, babe, let's go in these neighborhoods. I want to smell the neighborhood. I want to touch the houses.
Yeah.
I did. I wanted to smell the roses in these different neighborhoods, and I wanted to take pictures and stuff in front of the houses because I needed to place myself to where I was going.
Sound like things I did. I drove around the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. You drove around the neighborhood. Go sit in the car that you want. You know, go sit. You got to feel it, touch, and smell it, right? So these are the things that's important when you're trying to reach certain levels of success.
Mo, can I say something about
Absolutely.
breaking things up into small steps.
Yeah.
So with me, it's a little personal story. Probably maybe close to 10 years ago.
Mhm.
I got no, it was less than that. It was 8 years ago. I got a little 1-year-old baby. I was in between my last career and this career now. So I didn't know what I was doing. And, I've been trying the lending thing for maybe about 6-7 months, wasn't making any money. And I couldn't pay my bills. So, one morning, it's a Monday morning. I kind of gave up on the loan business. I'm like, I'm not making any money. We're not able to afford food really. I got a little baby, so I got a job working at Mercedes as a salesperson, and I've only been there for maybe about a month. So Monday morning, the sheriff knocks on the door. My wife, well, my girlfriend at the time, she's in the kitchen. I open the door. Sheriff, he's like, "Hey, you know what this is, right?" I said, "Yeah." Basically, I delayed the eviction as long as I could. And he gives me the papers and basically tells me I have until Sunday. It's Monday. I have until Sunday, the following week. So basically, I have a week to get out. Get all my stuff, everything, get out. So my wife's like, "What are we gonna do?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got to go to work." So I go to work, and I'm sitting there at the desk, and I'm just like, "This is like an insurmountable task. I've got to find a place to live, gather the money together, and I'm not making that much money for debt to move, get the truck, and then plus I still need a down payment, and I got to find a place on top of all that." And, I'm starting to get overwhelmed. And then I don't know why, but I just thought, you know what, let me just write this down into pieces. So, I wrote down, I got to find a place. That was the first thing. The first thing was find a place, because if I don't have a place that's going to rent to me, it doesn't matter anything else. It doesn't matter what, get the money or any of that. So I give myself like, all right, I got 2 days to find a place. That'll rent to me, and then I've got 4 days to get the money. So get the money together,
Yeah.
and then the last 2 days to move, pretty much, right? So I come home like an hour later, and my wife's like, "I thought you were at work." I'm like, "I quit my job." She goes, "You quit your job?" "I thought we're getting kicked out. Why'd you quit your job?" I'm like, "My job is to find us a place to live now.
That's right.
I gotta quit. I went the other way. I walked in, I'm like, I'm done. I gotta go. Bye. And just drove off. And breaking it up into pieces, I scrambled for the money. I took a little bit of money from my mom, said I'd pay you back. I had a couple clients. I was able to fund them a small amount and got some money there. And Sunday night that week, we're standing in a new house with all my furniture there. And my wife's like, "How the hell did we pull that off?"
Right.
And it really came from breaking it up into small pieces. I wouldn't have been able to do it. It's a huge task. You break it up. Really important.
And you and I know, that's a good story. And you and I know this firsthand too, just in business over the years, that we've had to break up big
Yeah.
big numbers though, right? Into small
Right.
pieces, right? So, but we learned from those obstacles. One time I got evicted in the wintertime in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah.
We got evicted. My kids were little. I mean, really little. We got evicted in Chicago in the middle of a blizzard. There's a blizzard happening, and they're evicting me and taking my stuff out of my house, out of my apartment, and putting it on the ground, and snow was hitting it, right? But I had to think, like, what did I have money to do at this time? And so I said, okay, I'm going to get another moving company to come while they're evicting me, put it right in another truck, and take it to a storage, right? At the same time. Just as they're putting it out, put it in, go, right? That type of thing. So, I learned this survival by going through the eviction, going through the storm, what you're talking about, G. And people look at us sometimes and say, man, these guys are making money, they're doing this and they're doing that. Well, that stuff came by way of a bunch of struggle, a bunch of hitting your head, a bunch of failure. Listen, we stayed in a Motel 6 hotel for probably about 4 months, putting ice inside of a tub to keep the food cold. Okay, so these stories is the stuff that you want to hear. So I want to encourage some of you all that's going through some of your valleys right now. You're going through some of the places that you are in life right now, not to get discouraged, but just to keep going, because the reward is on the other side. It's on the other side, but you got to go through it. Like G was just talking about, you have to overcome it and you got to go through it. You got to go through it. You know, a guy told me one time, he said, Mo, he says, man, what are you going to do? You got to have this money so you won't get evicted within 24 hours. I just told him I'm going to trust God, and whatever God's decision is, whether I get to keep this place or get evicted, I'm riding with it. And that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to let go, start over, let go, start over, you know, whatever the case is. And you don't get bummed out about places that you are, but you keep your level of energy and frequency where you need to be in order to be successful. Stay focused, laser vision. Laser vision. Some of you all have not sold anything, but some of you all need money to cure a bunch of things that you got going on right now, where you have money opportunities in front of you. You have to utilize it. And a lot of you all are working hard. A lot of you are working hard. I see you. I see you. I see you making calls. I see you making sales. I see you doing it. Keep going. Don't stop. Whatever you do, keep your foot on the gas. And that's what this team is about, you all. That's what this team is about. We want to make sure that we keeping our foot on the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. Okay? That's exactly what this G2 team is about here at Sequoia. Keeping our feet on the gas, getting the trains that we need, getting the information that we need. Right? And then collectively as a family, you all, this is our family, our team. Collectively as a family, we get stronger together so we can help one another. We get stronger together. It's not every man for themselves. We get stronger together. Okay? Dion said, yes, I feel one of my deals will be funded soon, the first of many. That's right. Your deals will be funded soon. You got deals in the pipeline. That's right, you believe it. Jason got deals in the pipeline. He got a bunch of deals going to be funded soon. Right? Carolyn got deals funded soon. Alicia got all type of stuff that she's putting in the fire. Alicia, stay focused. You're doing great, right? Stay focused.
Yes. You tell me that all the time. Don't let up the gas.
That's right. All the time. I tell you, stay focused. Whatever you do, you have to stay focused. Don't lose your insight. Don't lose insight. Don't let whatever life circumstances that's going to come your way to throw you off of your square, where you take the blinds off and you get unfocused. That's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's for all of us. Okay? All right, but plug into your team. Plug into your team, guys. We're getting better. Okay, as a team, we're getting better. We're getting stronger. We're becoming more knowledgeable. And you guys, listen, we enjoy coming together on Fridays, don't we? We just like coming together.
Listen to all that excitement. Yep.
Huh? In the midst of all this sight, we like coming together. We try to,
You didn't introduce us with the jazz on the
it's like our family reunion every Friday. We got crazy cousin G. You got We got Uncle Joey, you know, cousin Damien, Auntie Karen, right?
Great. That's great, Uncle Joey.
Great Uncle, yeah, that's the great Uncle
Not-
Joey.
Not because he's great, because he's old.
Uncle Benny, we got Uncle Benny. Look, cousin Coach Moe, right? So, you know, we're gonna listen, cousin Dave, Andre, you know. So yes, you know, as a team, we get better. We get better. We're trying to give out as much stuff to help the success of the team as possible. We're trying to do as much as we can as possible to create the success. So, but just, you know, watch your time, watch how you spend your time. I'm a firm believer that you reap what you sow. You reap, you get back what you sow. So whatever it is that you sow, whatever it is that you plant and give, that's what you're gonna reap back. You're not gonna you're not gonna plant an apple seed and expect a banana tree. You're gonna plant an apple seed and expect the apple tree, right? So if you want time, you know, if you want time, you want to give time. If you want peace in your life, you got to give peace. If you want money, you got to give money. Whatever it is that you sow, you reap what you sow. So watch your time, watch how you manage it, and watch who you give it to. Watch who you give it to. You got to get bold, okay, and protect your space. That goes for anybody. Get bold, protect your space. Don't allow people to infiltrate your space and cause your day to be all jacked up, cause your energy to be all filtered, you know? Just watch it. Watch how you spend your time. And then you put your time, you know, put your time into the things that's important. Prioritize. Study your craft, study this business, study what we're doing, study your process. How many times have you watched the videos? How many times have you been in the back office? How many times have you been in a CRM practicing and seeing how to work it? Right? So those are the things I want to talk to you about. It's 4 minutes over the hour. Guys, did you enjoy this call?
Yes, I have a question.
Yep, I did.
Good, good,
Awesome.
Very
I have
good
a
call.
good.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I requested on the Slack channel for more leads and I haven't been getting them. So has there been like a lack in the CRM?
So we're gonna take those questions after the call. All right, so give me a minute. So when we do the after the call, then you can ask those questions. Right now, we just want to ask questions about time management, things like that, the essentials of time. But soon as we end this call, just hold tight so we can get your questions answered like that. Okay, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. I think, is that it? Everybody get it?
Mo.
All right. I appreciate you all for showing up time after time. Once again, I tell you, you guys encourage me to keep coming and showing up too. So you guys think I'm encouraging you, you're encouraging me too, okay? To keep showing up for you. So keep showing up. Not only show up, but making an effort this week to try to get one deal in. Make it an effort. Look for a deal, okay? We're gonna be rolling out some incentives real soon here, and you want to take part of it. Okay, we're working on it. We're in the background work. We're working on trips and stuff like that. You want to be able to take part of this stuff. Okay, so with that being said, happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you. So we're not all the fathers in favor of no ties and no socks this year. Raise your hand. Say aye. All right, we all in the same.
Hey, what am I seeing over there? What'd your wife get you at Louis Vuitton?
It's
What am I
my
seeing?
kids. You know what? They refilled all of my Louis Vuitton colognes from me.
Oh, nice. I think that's what I'm gonna get to. I want Louis Vuitton cologne.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, they refilled my colognes for me. So that's the end of this call, guys. You guys know, like every Friday, we're gonna have our after party.
After
with
after
DJ,
hours.
with DJ Gerald.
Thank you, Grandpa Mo.
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, I appreciate you all. Remember, I'll see each and every one of you at the top. We're gonna stop the recording.